quite honest, even before the pandemic, the pre-pandemic, during holidays, during Holy Week, this is also some of our days that we have.
So we have a question here from June and Aguirre Chads. The informal sector in tourism has been affected. Yeah, that's what you were saying now, ma'am. By the COVID-19 pandemic, the government came unprepared in giving of assistance for them. Is that true, Sir Charles? They were the ones who work hard. Do you think they need a kind of welfare desk like OWA? Is what OWA has been doing for the siguro for the overseas workers?
Yes.
But this one specializing on the tourism industry. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for that question, June. Number one, as much as possible, what the Tourism Promotions Board did was to make sure that we were bringing enough domestic tourism during the pandemic eh. Kasi our role in TTB is really being the marketing arm of the Department of Tourism. So our contribution to this entire tourism industry was to bring in the tourists and make sure that we're bringing it in the different locations that really need the economic boost. In terms of government support, I think the Department of Trade and Industry, DSWD, and all the other members of the IATF have been crafting economic relief, not just for large corporations or BPOs, but we've actually been seeing ground level work in the regional offices and the local government units in really helping micro, small, and medium scale enterprises. Because I think it goes across all industries that 99% of businesses in the Philippines are micro, small, and medium scale
Yes.
enterprises. And it's always been the mission of the government to make sure that we take care of all these MSMEs and give them equal opportunities. So, nakakalungkot, yes, totoo yan na meron talagang mga ibang negosyo na nahirapan at hindi na agapan ng nitong pandemya. Pero we want to reassure the business community, especially in the tourism sector, that there are support systems, not just with the government, but also with the private sector.
Local government.
There are a lot of local government units and BSOs, the business support organizations like PhilToa, who are there to support all these micro, small, and medium scale enterprises. So we're very proud to say naman that during the pandemic, we're seeing a lot more collaborations between the public and private sector, and not just uplifting the tourism sector, but also helping every stakeholder that we have, from the informal sector of tourism to the bigger hotel chains and airlines and other transportation groups as well that facilitate tourism in the Philippines.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you for that. What about our hoteliers here? Magkano yung ginastos nyo din sa mga PPEs and other health related kulatilian? Di ba mahal? Nagmahal ba?
Yeah, and it's it's a continuing expense. It's a continuing expense. It does not stop. It will always continue. So this is actually one of the major expenses that has been inputted in the capex of all. I'm sure of all hotels and resorts.
Tapos wala pa yan dun sa ano nyo, dun sa binibigay ninyong packages. Kasi mukhang marami pa kayong mga discounts, no? Tsaka mga,
Yeah, you know what? This is the best time to travel. You have to
yes.
grab it now. All hotels and resorts are doing promotional packages. We also would like to encourage more of our kababayans to travel. So we're also giving them very, very attractive rates for them to be able to travel and help tourism industry to recover and bounce back.
And Malu, just to add to that question, because the Tourism Promotions Board, the Department of Tourism, does understand, we do understand that these health measures do take out certain capital from the tourism sector. So actually, at the start of the pandemic, you'll see that DOT and TPB really distributing at least to minimize man lang the cost for the
Mhm.
hotels and restaurants.
Mhm.
So we were giving away PPEs, masks, alcohol, and then as well as we're actually we've been talking to a lot of other private organizations to help out the tourism sector kasi it's also an advertising opportunity for them. Kasi yung mask, pwede nilagyan yung logo and people wear it everywhere. It's literally like a bus ad where, you can see the branding all over. So these particular opportunities were helping link up with the tourism sector so that it minimizes the capital expense of the different tourism agents or tourism stakeholders.
And to think pa digitization pa sila, no, Sir Charles,
Correct.
Yes.
no, you're
Correct.
an
Mm.
expert on that. Oo, so may cost din yun. So, ang laki ng cost nitong pandemic sa ano. So, anyways, it's 11:12. If you just tuned in, you are watching the Business Mirror Coffee Club. So, let's ask our panelists here what are the general spending behavior. Nakwento ni Alex kanina to eh. May maraming mga talagang wala. Tsaka ni Miss Fed. Wala nang ano, magkano. Punta na lang. Ariba-ariba. Tama ba? So, who are those who are splurging, who are skimping? But before you answer this, we will have another raffle. Okay lang ba sa inyo? Marami kasi gusto magbigay ng free giveaways. Okay, Miss Anne will have four, right, Miss Anne?
Yes, yung for the second question that you asked, tama ba? That we have four.
For yung etong second question. Alright, sinong winners natin doon?
Wait, I just look for my list. Okay. And the winners are Jenica Kaube, Vines, Vines ba? Venus, Carmela, Ami Angeles, and Tet Tatay. Yun. Congratulations to
Wow,
the four.
congratulations! Okay, paki-PM na lang ang Business Mirror Facebook page. Claim to advise us where we're going to send no your prices. Okay, for our next batch, type 3 in the chat box if you're ready. Type 3. 3. Are we ready? Grabe, ang dami na pimigay, no? 3. Okay, thank you, Dennis. Alright, for first four ulit, first four in our StreamYard screen, we will answer the question correctly. One raffle, overnight stay with breakfast for two at Kingsport Hotel. Okay, one yon. And then another one, overnight stay again with breakfast for two at Savoy Mactan. And then another one, buffet lunch or dinner for two at Okada, Manila. Pwede ba ako sumali dito? Okay, and then the
Sali din.
number four, fourth raffle,
Pwede daw.
overnight stay with breakfast at Okada, Manila. Pwede ba ako sumali dito? Okay,
Mama
the
tayo dyan,
question
mami.
is, again, ulitin
Parang,
natin. What is the newest campaign of the Department of Tourism for the new normal? Type your answer in the chat box or comment section with the hashtag BM Revenge Tourism. Again, what is the newest campaign of Department of Tourism for the new normal with hashtag BM Revenge Tourism? Okay. So, sino yung first four will win these four raffle prizes. Congratulations! Ayan. Announce natin mamaya. Let's go back. Ano yung general attitude ng ating mga customers with the easing of the COVID travel? Ariba-ariba ba? Who are splurging? Who are skimping? Have you noticed any changes in terms of their preferences? Like, do they want more open air rooms? Do they want everyone to be vaccinated? What about their online booking? Do they want contactless payment, etc.? Let's start with siguro Alex.
Like what I've said earlier, people are really conscious on what they like to do in terms of their travel. Um, yung thoughtful travel nga, value for money. So they want to maximize. I think most people, especially on revenge travel, are really splurging. They're spending in a certain destination on a travel plan. Uh, Now people will really look for meaningful experiences, not just the experience, but they want to say na, yeah, I've done this with my family and ito yung naging experience. Not just like, oh, we just tried. Ganun na ngayon. Revenge travel also includes the feeling safe, the, okay, we've been to this destination, we've been into this hotel, and this is their safety protocols. That's one thing that they really look for at first and when they arrive. So for me, and especially here at Sisotol Tribe, what we've noticed, and at Widas, we've noticed with our guests that when they splurge, they really splurge. They won't really care. They would buy what they like, they would spend, they will not go out, they would maximize the per night stay that they've reserved, and then they will do everything that they can do, not just in the hotel, but also in the nearby attractions and point of interest.
Yeah, if I may add on into that, isn't it the whole pandemic thing have taught us a lot of things. Ang dami nating na-realize like the physical or money is not really that important. The more important there is our memories with our loved ones. So these people who gave a lot of importance to this pandemic lockdown, kasi maraming nawala, 'di ba? Maraming parang sana noon nung meron pa, ganito na yung ginawa ko. So because of these lessons that we have learned na hindi pala gano'n kahalaga, parang kasi nung time na yun, walang mayaman, walang mahirap, lahat tayo pantay-pantay eh. Lahat tayo nahihirapan at that very moment, all businesses. So when we realized that and we felt the importance of the non-tangible things, which is saying I love you to your family, giving presents, ito na yung pinaka, ano nila eh, parang gift to their family to bring them out and travel, 'di ba? So they, in a way, for those people who are able, did not care anymore how much they will be earning or how much they are saving. Kasi gusto nila maibigay kung anong magpapasaya sa mahal nila sa buhay. Well, for some who have parang rescheduled travels, who place their what you call postponed flights or postponed trips, nilagay nila sa travel fund. Tapos yun, meron na silang naitabing ah, budget para dun sa travel na yon before. So, nag-splurge sila ngayon para dun sa mga ibang bagay na kunyari, kung yung travel nila hindi kasama yung tourist spots and all, sinasama na nila. So, I believe majority is splurging than of sa nagtitipid. For those who are nagtitipid, they still did something eh para lumabas, para ma-enjoy nila, though may konting pagtitipid. Because for those people who realize yung lesson naman na na-learn nila is save something for rainy days, ika nga. Kasi nga, before pandemic, waldas, during pandemic lockdown, nawala ng work yung iba, wala silang mahugot. So, depende dun sa naging lesson na naibigay during pandemic. Yun yung naging revenge nila afterwards. So, that's it.
Oo, grabe nga yung revenge na nakakatuwa yung talaga yung term na yun. Revenge. So parang, sige, labas-labas na naman, ano lang, swipe lang ng swipe o kaya Gcash na lang ng Gcash.
Correct.
Oo.
And
Oo.
Miss Malu, if I can also add,
Yes, sir.
kasi when we were studying the whole concept of revenge tourism, we are looking at what is revenge, di ba? Revenge is a motivation based on uh, motivation to fight back based on a deprivation of a right or a deprivation of a certain liberty that you had. So when we're looking at the entire concept of revenge tourism, what were the rights or liberties that were taken away? So number one, we saw that people parang had a craving for a sense of community, number one. Kasi dati, because of mice in particular, they get to see their peers, their colleagues from all over the world, mga different industry stakeholders. We saw that a lot of people, secondly, were looking for new experiences. A lot of people consider travel as an educational experience, and parang whenever they go around rediscovering new food, new cultures, learning about their history, their heritage, very important to them. And the third that we saw was that people were deprived of seeing their families. Especially in the Philippines, our balikbayan market is very, very strong. There are millions and millions of Filipinos who drive our international tourism because they keep coming back to the Philippines. And because a lot of these Filipinos, a lot of our OFWs, pagdating abroad, medyo may naipon na rin na pera during this pandemic. When they come back here, as mentioned nga earlier, hindi na dati mom, dad, and the children. Ngayon buong barangay na yung isasama nila because malaki na yung naipon nila and they want to make sure that when they do visit, they maximize the opportunity of being with their family. Kasi if there's another thing that was deprived for a lot of Filipinos was being able to say goodbye. Ngayon kasi there were during the pandemic, we saw that a lot of people, we lost a lot of loved ones and friends and we weren't able to attend their wakes. We weren't able to attend their funerals. We weren't able to say goodbye to them in the hospital. So these experiences are very important to them to be able to bond, say, alam mo yun, treasure the memories while they are still here and be able to say I love you as much as possible, whether it's in the form of some people kasi depending on their love language, it can be in a form of travel, feeding them, experiencing new things with them. So these are the important psychology uh, behind this revenge tourism. And these are the key trends that we're seeing as well when it comes to the tourist behaviors that we're uh, seeing across the Philippines.
Okay,
Tama.
so I think we're down to our last question, but before we ask that, no, we ask you about yung fearless forecast niyo for tourism industry. But before we ask that, we'll have our raffle. May nanalo na din sa last raffle natin, Miss Anne. Wala pa. Okay, so our fourth raffle. Okay, let's start
Yeah,
our fourth raffle. Type in the chat box 4 if you're ready. Last na to. Okay? 4. Alright. So we're going to have our raffle. Sir Ed, let me know. Miss Anne, tama ba? We're going to raffle na lang. Those who put in the hashtag, everyone who put in the hashtag, who type in the hashtag.
Philippines, we're not as strong as the other markets. So we do encourage everyone to maximize those opportunities or marketing their businesses in those markets because we're seeing a lot of interest, inclusivity. Because one thing that attracts a lot of tourists also in the Philippines is because they know they get to have culturally sensitive and very inclusive because we have a very inclusive staff. It's one of the things that we need to cultivate because we are one of those destinations that do embody sustainability and inclusivity. So it's our goal to make sure that these particular concepts remain and are strengthened with the various tourism destinations that we have.
Nice, nice, nice. What about Piltoa, ma'am? What's your fearless forecast? Meron bang ganun? Fearless forecast.
Nakamute ka, ma'am.
Unmuted. Okay.
Yes.
Ano ba ang fearless forecast ng PhilToa? Ang PhilToa, time and again, lagi yang handa. Ano man ang mangyari, laging handa yan for our members. Pero ang tinitignan po namin ngayon, I would like to follow with what Attorney Charles have said, yung mga destinations kasi ngayon, ma'am, ang dinidevelop namin outside of the normal destinations that we used to visit. We are developing Zamboanga with Zamboanga is namin the nice destination.
Oh, ganda doon.
With isinasama po namin dito ang Tawi-Tawi,
Wow.
ang Basilan.
Wow.
Basilan.
Ang ganda ng beach sa Basilan, promise.
Yeah, because
Yung mga
Basilan,
beach, ganun.
yun na ang Basilan kasi pwede siyang Basilan on a farm side which is Dalamitan and Basilan in Isabela de Basilan which is already part of the Zamboanga Peninsula. Zamboanga
Mm.
alone is a very nice destination, not only for our local domestic tourists, but more specifically for our foreign guests. Kasi ito yung tinatawag ni attorney kanina na curated. Ang ganda ng pagkakagawa ng Zamboanga po. From the seascape, from the protected areas, pati po yung kanilang pink beach, napakaganda po no. Kaming gagawin. Ano po yung, isa pa, idagdag po natin dito, ang Legazpi. You know, Legazpi, Naga, Sorsogon. Ito po yung mga usual, ito po yung mga destinations na hindi natin basta-basta napupuntahan kasi parang magagawa. You know, nasa Legazpi po yun pong ating ATV. And ang nakakatuwa po, speaking of MICE, Attorney Charles, alam natin yan, they just opened a new Sorsogon Convention Center. So napakalaki, napakaganda. Now, ano pa po ang gagawin ng PhilTowa?
While watching, tapos
Opo, when watching. Ay, ito po, gusto ko pong i-share sa inyo. Yung pong sinasabi natin kanina, yung pong mga marginalized, you know, nakakatuwa pong sabihin sa inyo na yung pong mga whale shark interactors, yun pong nag-watch ng mga nakakatuwa pong nakikita nila na ng mga turista na po ulit na bumabalik, na ibig sabihin, nabubuhayan po sila ng loob na ito na po ulit ang turismo. Ano pa po ang paghahandang ginagawa ng PhilTowa? Kami po ay may gagawing Philippine Travel Mart. Malakas loob. Hindi naman po talaga kami huminto, Ma'am Malu, Ma'am Ruth. Noong pong 2020, idinaos na rin po ito kahit isang hall lang po sa SMX, sa Mega Mall. And then 2021 po, idinaos din po namin ito sa SMX. Kasi po ito ay sa pakikipagtulungan din ng Tourism Promotions Board at saka po ng Department of Tourism because this is an institutionalized travel mart. Mm-hmm. Now, this year po, we will make it like, sabihin na natin, pumasok po dito yung revenge tourism. We will be, sana po maging bolder, braver ang PhilTowa because we will be having it on September 30 to October 2 at SMX Mall of Asia, Hall 1 to 4. So inaanyayahan ko po na tulungan niyo po ang PhilTowa, sina Ma'am Sue, or si Alex, si Ma'am Marge, lagi naman yang nandyan, kasama namin, lagi namin kaantabayan. Ito po yung siguro ang aming fairness forecast na maiitulong po namin para sa pag-angat at pagbabalik ng turismo the bravest way. So, yun lang po muna and maraming salamat po.
Wow, saan yung PhilTowa Travel Mart?
It's held at SMX Convention Center on September 30 to October 2, halls 1 to 4 months. At gusto ko pong idagdag din na sa isa pa ho naming pamamaraan na matulungan namin ang mga kulig namin, we will be having a B2B, a business-to-business event on June 2 to 3 in one of the hotels po natin, partner hotels natin dito, Savoy, Manila. This is strictly a B2B by appointment. Sellers are all hotels, resorts, tour operators from different destinations, and the buyers are kami pong mga tour operators. This is our small way to help po na makabangon unti-unti ang ating mga kasamahan sa industriya.
Wow, exciting. So many things happening this year, for PhilTowa.
Kailangan namin po kayo, ma'am, Business Mirror, kailangan po namin kayo for this.
Yes.
Sige, ma'am, mag-usap tayo.
Ayaw po.
Exciting, no? So, by the way, sa mga nanalo nung last, yung third nating, tama ba? Third raffle. Overnight stay with breakfast for two at Kingsport Hotel. Jeannie Segurora Pascual. Congratulations. Chris Jerome Sanji. Overnight stay with breakfast for two at Savoy Mactan. Sharing Grace Saguna. Lunch. Wala, sama mo naman ako dyan. Buffet lunch or dinner for two at Okada, Manila. And Criza Estominos. Overnight stay with breakfast at Okada, Manila. Ayan. O, meron pa tayong huling parapol. Okay, stay put lang tayo. Okay, let's ask our hoteliers experts here, Miss Margie, and Alex, and Miss Sue. All right. So, any last words po from your end po? Mhm.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
fearless forecast naman
fearless
from your
forecast. Okay. Yeah. Okay. For the accommodation sector, most specifically Blue Water, um, 2022 will definitely be kinder to all of us. And we are looking forward to sustainable occupancy, sustainable support for domestic tourism and international tourism. We see that people right now are already in the mode of, let us learn to live, diba? With all of these challenges, most specifically COVID-19, we need to learn to live with it as long as we are careful and that the destinations are already, and as no, Attorney Charles mentioned and Ms. Fe Abling mentioned, they are all prepared now with all of this, curated experiences and destinations. And we, the accommodation sector, are just here, and we will be the home of all of those tourists, wanting to experience all of these curated experiences. So we are here. Our properties are all well prepared for the multi-generation travelers, for my segments as well as for the staycation market. And rest assured, we at Blue Water Resorts are ready, and we will make you feel confident to book with us, and you will really be well taken care of with in all of our properties. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss
Thank you, Miss
Margie.
Marge.
Can we hear from Miss Sue? Your fearless forecast for Hotel Sogo.
Oh, well, Hotel Sogo has been really fearless, even during pandemic. I must say we were able to expand in 2021, even it's pandemic. We added like 4 branches, and we are expanding more even in 2022. And I would say um, we are putting up Hotel Sogo in different provinces. Uh, we are also, well, having these innovations against the disease is also a fearless thing to do, and we continue to research and develop uh, equipment like this, or some added features of the facilities for us to be sure that everyone is so clean, so good, and so safe. So more Hotel Sogo branches in this year and next year. You'll see. We had opened recently the Davao branch. So there.
Ah, Davao na kayo.
Yes. And not only because of this revenge thing, or we are expecting more sales, but also we are doing this because we would like to open more job opportunities to our kababayans in different areas of the Philippines.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Miss Sue. And last but not the least, from Alex, what's your fearless forecast over there in Clark?
Um, Tourism industry is a resilient industry. We all know that. And here in Clark, we just opened our newest airport, our prime and our jewel here, the Clark International Airport, last Monday to the public. We've been anticipating and we've been preparing for the arrival of foreign guests, which we like to happen anytime soon. So, fearless forecast would always be we are prepared to welcome not just the Filipinos or our kababayans all over the world or here in our country, but we are ready to accommodate international guests regionally and those from other countries on the western side. And apart from that, if I may share lastly again the with what Charles mentioned earlier, the sustainable inclusivity that our tourists are looking for in terms of our brand. And here at Swiss Hotel Clark, we've been very lucky that as an Accor brand, we have a lot of sustainability inclusivity projects and advocacies, which we also share and put in place for our guests to enjoy and to feel more than the safety and security that they are expecting from the onset from us.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alex. And
Wow,
thank you.
grabe. Nadami talaga ang ating mga turista. So, thank you very much for taking time, our guests, for this morning.
Pleasure.
Marami susulat si Miss Stella for today's episode siguro.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. So, are we ready for our raffle? For today's, Sir Ed, are we ready?
I-raffle daw natin, Ed. Yeah.
Oo,
Maganda yun.
Sobrang
talaga.
ganda.
Sige, just tell me when.
Schedule na. 1, 2, 3,
Schedule na,
4, 5,
schedule
6. Plus si Mars, 7. Oh. Ano yan? Lucky 7.
Lucky 7.
Lucky
Maganda
7 attorney. Oo.
Thank you so much. That concludes our presentation. Thank you very much, our dear panelists, for taking time to discuss this with us. Hopefully, our viewers enjoyed listening to your stories and hopefully be inspired to take action to reboot with the good things revenge tourism has to offer.
And to our audience, no, thank you very much for joining us. What's your main takeaway? Kahit na after this program, you can type in the chat box what's your main takeaway from this webinar. And yeah, thank you very much for taking time. If you find our episode very helpful, kindly share it also to your families and friends, especially in the tourism sector. So it means so much to us here at the Business Mirror, so we can continue to do with this program and bring more value to your work, to your business, and to your life and family.
Thank you again. We'll try to come up with a post later on with the list of our winners. Para hindi tayo okay. Again, please hit like, subscribe, and follow the Business Mirror FB page and YT channels. The links are also in the description below. This has been the Business Mirror Coffee Club. I'm Anne Ruth de la Cruz, and my partner here, Malu Talosig Bartolome. Till next time, have a pleasant day, everyone. See you again soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you all. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you. Hope to see you again.
Thank you.
And Sir Ed.
Congratulations again, Attorney Charles.
Yeah,
Thank you po, Ma'am
see
Ted.
you.
Thank you.
See you very soon. See you po.
Yes,
Bye.
we'll see you guys soon.
Salamat. So,
Bye.
magbuka na. Pupunta na
Opo.
tayo sa Sinilon.
Magkano na po dyan? Pa-message po magkano po.
Hindi nga, free na nga yung accommodation, 30 si Nick Margs.
Free na ba?
Oo.
Yeah.
Very generous si Margs. I mean, in any property. But Sumilon, the one in Oslo is high-end dyan. Maganda yung property na yun. Very nice property.
Thank you po sa inyo.
Gusto mo imbitahin kita online? Ay, sumali ka ng PTM, please.
Yes po. Give my email address dun sa chat box. You can copy it po and send na lang po yung proposal letter.
Actually, hindi. Nasulat ko na kanina pa.
Ay, okay. Opo. And yung po ninyo, cellphone number, kung po pwede, bigay nyo na rin po sa akin para we can get in touch afterwards.
Eto na.